Welcome Aries and Aries rising. So we are together for the week of July 6th. You are right in the center of the stage this week, dear Aries. But it's not exactly I'm strong, I can do it, I'll handle it kind of week. Actually, life is trying to tell you something deeper this week. It's a week to notice yourself, your body, your decisions, your anger, your resentment, and the fatigue you've been carrying inside for so long. You are starting the week very strongly. You are strong, active, fast, and also a little emotional. There is something buzzing inside you. You may want to make a sudden decision. You may want to go somewhere all of a sudden. You may want to talk about something. If there is a message you've been waiting to send for a long time, should I send it or not? Should I say it or not? You may end up sending these messages. There are short trips, increased communication traffic, and more activity with your siblings and cousins, and you might receive some news. For example, a sentence someone says might spark something in your mind. It could open another door. It might give birth to an idea like, how did I not think of this before? There is something very important here, dear Aries. While your mind is working very fast this week, your heart may not be able to keep up with these issues at the same speed. So, you look very strong on the outside. You are determined and clear. But on the inside, there might be a bit of blurriness, a sensitivity, a feeling of, what do I really want? On one hand, you want to move forward. Because on the other hand, you feel like a feeling from the past is holding you back. Especially regarding family, home, living arrangements, or issues with parents. So if there are unspoken issues within the household, they may come up this week. For example, a simple topic at home might grow a bit larger. It could be about a piece of furniture, a room, or a moving plan. It could be a conversation related to family elders. It could be an unresolved issue from the past. You might just say, I just want to stay my opinion, but the other party might perceive it as harsh. Or, conversely, someone says something to you, and with that sentence, you actually realize what has been accumulating inside you for years. It opens that old door for you, realizing how much you've stayed silent and how much you've bottled up. Opening this old door might make you angry because you have been suppressing things until now. You might say, how did I let this weigh on me so much? How did I not notice this for so long? But you need to notice these things so you can finally move away from them. That's why it has such an effect. Don't think that everything coming your way will necessarily be a problem. Things that appear like problems can bring greater healing to your life, and you need to avoid and too quickly quit result. So, Kariyer, it is important to proceed with your reactions in a more planned and strategic way. Later in the week, expenses, earnings, and shared finances may come to the agenda. A payment might come up, for example. Or you might want to buy something, but you may need to deal with an expense you've been putting off for a while. But at the same time, you can also make an enjoyable purchase. You may want to buy things that make you feel good, take care of your appearance, get some grooming done, buy new clothes, make an aesthetic touch, or just do something for yourself. We are continuing without forgetting the Mercury retrograde. But if you are going to make minor changes, that if it is something unplanned, or if it is a point where you suddenly say, I want to do something, you need to be a little calm here. Wait until the end of the month will be much better for you. Also, the subject of self-worth is showing itself, meaning the time you set aside for yourself, the value you give yourself, whether you get what you deserve for your efforts, whether it's in a relationship or at work. Like, how much are you giving? You might find yourself questioning how much of what you give is seen and what is left for you after giving so much. I am not talking about a confrontation with yourself. It is more about seeing your own reality. What I am trying to say is that love and relationships are a bit interesting this week. You may be warmer, more vibrant, and more flirtatious. If you like someone, text messages may increase. For instance, if you have a child, there could be a lovely development regarding them. You might have sweeter conversations with your partner, spouse, or someone you like, but at the same time, a situation that makes you feel very sensitive may occur. For example, you sent a message to someone and they replied a bit late. Someone showed you an unexpected level of interest. Or rather, let's say they didn't show the interest you expected. This is why I can. So can suddenly bring that feeling of worthlessness inside you to the surface. Like, am I being loved enough? Am I behaving correctly to be loved? Am I holding myself back? You might point the arrows at yourself, wondering if there is a problem with you. Like, what should I do here? Am I holding myself back too much? Am I not giving my energy? Your desire for love is very real, but you shouldn't tire yourself out while seeking it. Because sometimes you might be hiding your hurt just to appear strong. Then that hurt might erupt elsewhere in a different way. For example, actually, a point where you stayed silent to avoid problems might be causing completely different issues in your life. On the other hand, you're entering a process where you will be very active regarding siblings, your close circle, and mental matters. Suddenly, for instance, your plans might change. You might need to go somewhere. You might need to have a meeting. Some news might prompt you into action, especially regarding work, education, or something related to social media. You may experience rapid developments regarding short-term plans. But this also needs to be said. Words spoken in haste this week can break hearts. You might be thinking and responding very quickly this week. Like, I told the truth. That may be true. Yes, but the way you express that truth will be very decisive this week. Because the people in front of you are sensitive. You are sensitive too. And it seems like everyone's old wounds are a bit open this week. A single sentence seems capable of taking us back to those old wounds. This applies to you just as much as it does to the person in front of you. So you can also offer healing to the other person with your words. You can also take matters in a completely different direction. Afterward, a proposal, some news, or a meeting might stir things up for you, especially if you are self-employed or employed. Dear Aries, you may want to be more visible on social media here. If you are in sales, new sales, training, or consulting, you might experience some great returns with a rapid momentum this week. New series, yeah. It is also a good time to organize your thoughts. If too many ideas are coming your way, and ideas will be increasing a bit. Where is your path really? What are the things that will benefit you in the long run rather than just provide instant excitement? It is important to filter these ideas and proceed accordingly because you will have more than one idea coming to mind. As I said, they may all excite you and all be good, but what will bring you gain? In the long term or short term, it will be more important to distinguish that. You may feel like you are pushing yourself too hard this week. If you are already pushing yourself, your body will be trying to tell you this in some way, meaning it will tell you to slow down a bit. Do you know what the best part of this week is? Life brings certain things before you to help you be more honest with yourself. A conversation about family, for example, a money issue, a message, a trip, or an agenda regarding your sibling or close circle, or it can actually show you this quite clearly. You no longer want to act with your old reflexes. Where you used to fight immediately, now you will stop and think. For instance, you are more strategic and more clear. You used to try to prove yourself, for example. Maybe you will say, I am already valuable. Those who understand me, I know it myself. It is fine even if they don't. In a way, it will shift your perspective. I can call this a week of powerful awakening. There is some speed, some tension, and some old family matters. There are money matters, but there is also a very strong potential for recovery. Especially conversations, news, and connections in your close circle can open new doors for you. You just shouldn't turn every emerging emotion into an immediate reaction. Because the emotion that will rise within you this week wants to show you the truth you've actually been suppressing for years. Yes, you might struggle a bit, but realizing this is very important for you. I mean, you don't exist solely by fighting. Now, you listen to yourself even while speeding up. You protect your heart even while speaking. You don't have to forget yourself while trying to keep up with your family, loved ones, work, and money. And when you realize this, I can say that you will be the biggest winner of this week. I have shared all my notes. Thank you for listening to me. If you liked the video, subscribe and comment. You would make me very happy. Thank you for your support. See you in the next video. Goodbye.